You are listening to the Hood Geniuses podcast with your host, Miss 100. The Hood Geniuses podcast now begins.
What's good, people? This your host, Ms. 100, and my co-host, Lady T. I want to thank everybody that was been listening to the recent episodes because it was more so health-based, but it was a lot of informative information given. So I hope y'all continue to listen, or if you didn't hear those episodes, go back and listen to them, because I know recently the last episode about weaves versus natural hair, my co-host Lady T was going in. It was nice, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all didn't listen, go back and listen to that. That was a really good episode, you know what I'm saying? We still grinding, doing our thing. So what's good, Lady T? How you been?
I'm doing well. I just want to shout out to my kings and queens. How y'all doing out there? And hopefully, like Ms. 100 said, continue to listen to our podcast. We're definitely going to be bringing more to the table. So just keep up with us.
Yeah. Also, I want to let people know, I think I mentioned on the last episode that I was officially becoming an OG, turning 40. I really brought my birthday party in with a big bang. I want to shout out everybody, that came through and witnessed me have a good time. It was all love and peace. We all had a good time. Shout out to everybody that came through. Y'all know what it was. You know what I'm saying? We was up in the Bala. For people that's in Philly, y'all know what's up with the Bala. It's a West Philly thing. But it was all good. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. I feel healthy. No problems. I'm just want to continue with this podcast thing. And, we're going to touch on some heavy things on this episode like we usually do. This episode, we're going to get into talking about marriage in America. You know what I'm saying? Is it a hustle for some? Is it because some dudes need a place to live? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really good? Yeah, some women, they just need a place to stay. So they like, oh, well, this guy, he has a steady job. He looks like the guy I want to settle down with. I mean, me and Lady T, we got different opinions about it. We agree on some we may not. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know which ones we don't agree on yet. Maybe they'll come out. I don't know. We're just gonna let this open discussion flow. You know what I'm saying? But what you think about this topic that we're gonna get in so far?
Well, I just want to start by saying that I always thought that marriage was a union because you loved one another, you had things in common, you was on the same path, financially, health-wise, mentally. But nowadays, it's a total opposite of what I grew up thinking and seeing and knowing. It has took a tremendous U-turn for all the wrong reasons. I'm just gonna piggyback off of you, Ms. 100. Basically, to me now it is a hustle, okay? Because at one point in time, the man was the backbone of the financial part, and the woman took care of home and the children. And not to belittle the woman, but that was her job because each one did a job. Nowadays, it's, the woman doing the financial part while the man is just at home. You know what I'm saying? Just at home. Not taking care of home, but just at home. pretty much piggybacking off of the woman and with his feet up, laid back, chilling, wait for whatever she could bring to the table. Now, not knock all the men out there, there are some women out there now that has slacked tremendously. So I just can't say it's all, all men.
Would you say some of the blame of that is because the economy in the recent years of like men not able to get jobs, or because you have that playing field of it's actually some men that got laid off and couldn't get jobs for years, and then the female becomes the breadwinner, right? And then you have the fact that some women, they just want a man at home and he's just lazy. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as you got men that just don't have no drive, right?
Right.
They had that good job, or they had a job for X amount of years, and they get laid off.
Okay.
And then the woman becomes the breadwinner, right?
Okay.
But the messed up thing about that is that man, he doesn't realize in the household there still is work to be done. So you have some men, and when I mean there's still work to be done in their household, if he not aggressively looking for a job, he still has to clean, has to cook, take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? That's not being done. Then you have some women that's just accepting. You know what I'm saying? They just accepting a man.
Let me get closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Let me get closer to the mic here. I just want to say a verse from my favorite movie, The Color Purple. I said, hell no. Okay? I'm not going to say it's the economics. I'm going to say that over time, people have just got downright lazy and acceptable to bullshit. Acceptable to not wanting more out of fucking life. That's what it is. Okay? Because just because a job out there has laid you off, that doesn't mean that everything has stopped. Everybody needs a hustle. Everybody has to have a hustle to survive out here. And if you don't, you won't make it. Yeah. So it's not economics in the work field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got a good point about that. Because you know what? You do have people out here that's just turning hustles, all types of hustles. I used to be in the barbershops, and, dudes would come through hustling. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. That's kind of messed my head. But, sorry about that, y'all. But, oh, that shit was crazy. That video you just showed was crazy. But, yeah, but I used to be in the barbershops, and it'd be dudes in there hustling liquid detergent. You know what I'm saying? Liquid detergent and motherfucking socks. So, DVDs too. As the years went up, you know what I'm saying? Went from socks to DVDs. So, there's a hustle. You got Uber out here now. Uber, Lyft. So, there's really no excuse nowadays. So, I definitely have to agree with you on that. It's that, that drive and that individual. If that person doesn't match your drive, you can't build upon that. You know what I'm saying? And I think, some women, they just get stuck in that I got a man shit. But just because, even the women that say, oh, I've been married 20 years, but only 5 of them years that man was coming home every night. You know what I'm saying? So you just bragging because y'all been together 20, but don't mean that man been a good man in the household. You know what I'm saying? So you had that factor too. He could be a breadwinner, and y'all could be, getting money together or whatever, but he's still really not there. Y'all there on paper, but he's not there in the household for the kids, for you. All he is just a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Paycheck and get a hot meal. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And then we always could flip this too. You have men that's in marriages, and the wife isn't doing her role. She ain't cooking for him. She ain't caring for him. She don't care when, where he get his next meal. Men are pretty simple, for real. A real man is pretty simple. I had to say that because you got some emotional jokers out here, and I don't know where that shit came from. But you got some men out here that want so much undeserving. That's the key word, undeserving attention from a woman, because, and I say undeserving because of the fact that you're not doing your worth isn't good enough for that good woman, and that's why I say undeserving. You know what I mean? But I just went in a little bit, but you go ahead.
And I'm going to go in a little more because I'm going to always say it always starts from home. As a child, growing up into teenage years, into your adult years, you always react what you saw coming up. So, as a child coming up, you didn't see a strong woman figure in the home. You didn't see a strong man in the home. You're not going to go out looking for a strong woman or a strong man out there when you're ready to settle down or get married. With that being said, I can no longer carry a woman's burden saying that, oh, women are always right. It's always the man. Because like I said, today's time, it's some sorry ass women out here that makes me disgusted. It's some sorry ass men out here that makes me disgusted. I myself have a daughter and 2 boys. And I show them every day. Every day. The world don't owe you shit. You go out there and earn what you gotta get and what you need, no matter what. If you're gonna be by yourself, you always make sure you can do for yourself. If you're gonna be with someone, make sure they can do for themselves and what they can do for you as well. That you would not be with a host with a damn parasite on you, a damn leech. You don't need that in life. So you gotta be careful out there when you're choosing your mate, because like Ms. 100 said, sometimes people just looking for an easy way out. In the wintertime, you need shelter. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Then the summertime coming and you can't find them.
They sleep in their car. They sleep on the porch.
Yeah, they out here chasing yams. Talking about, I was at happy hour. Then I, fell asleep on Jerome's couch.
And I was always told when a man stay out past 2:00. Well, it could be several things. Yeah, it could be after hour, but what an after hour, what that leads to. And then what's always open? 24 hour or Wawa, 7-Eleven, and then some ladies' legs. So that's for the men. But for the women now, shit, y'all doing the same thing as the men. You want to be so in competition with a man where a woman has actually lost their place. They have actually lost their reasoning of being a woman and so busy trying to compete with the man. We could do the same thing a man could do. No, you cannot. No, you cannot, because you are the number one teacher. Okay? You got to lead by example. If a man see you out there in the streets, if he met you in the streets at an after hour, what you think he going to think of you? How you think he going to treat you? True. So, you gotta make your choices. You gotta think wisely. If you at a bar, you meet a man at the bar, y'all both drinking, what you think? So not saying that all situations end up that way, but And
another thing though, also, like, and I said this to you plenty of times. Nowadays, before there is the marriage thing, before there is the relationship thing, is more so lust over love now. People don't genuinely fall in love no more. It's lust. And then when that lust expired, now they like 10 years or 7 years in a marriage. And the lust then expired. So, nowadays, since people just about the lust, the love gets a back door. So it's like, I guess I love her. Well, yo, damn dog, what you mean? You guess you love her? You've been with this woman 13 years. Man, look, man, that shit corny. Yo, what the fuck? I actually talk to dudes and they talk like that about their wives. I just don't think the union of marriage isn't taken serious. You know what I'm saying? And I had the question to those who actually continue, they get married and they not happy. How you married and then the day after you trying to holler at some chick? Like, you shouldn't have never went for